I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes. I've been fighting my entire life.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Prince Maverick, spinning the block back around again. And man, I just had to say quickly, we put up the community post already, man. But shout out once again to all of y'all crazy bastards, man. We just got well over 500 subs this afternoon. Y'all been showing up and showing the fuck out. Just wanted to take a few moments to give my props. Once again, man, we in this bitch. We on the road to 1K. So, now that we got that out the way, man. Again, I appreciate all y'all support. Y'all been showing up and showing out. Now that we got that out the way, let's take a deep dive into this topic with MVP. Or should I say Slave VP. Montel Von Slavius Porter. Sucking up to Tony Kahn whenever, however he can, just to try to get what he needs in this company. But MVP didn't realize that Tony Kahn is a fucking nepo baby that doesn't know how to run a show, doesn't know how to create anything, and doesn't know how to give people directions. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Y'all, there's a report, and take this with a grain of salt, because, you know, every report is different, you know. Some of these people on social media machine, man, some are accurate, some aren't. But this I got from someone called Unpaid Critic over on X. And this source, and I'm going to say what the guy John Draper said behind it. I'm going to give you guys the actual commentary first, and I'm going to leave the link down below so you guys can read along. But from Unpaid Critic about this topic, MVP is in heat for AEW, y'all. So he says MVP on frustrations with AEW. Let's just say this, and I quote from MVP. Says Unpaid Critic, y'all. Let's just say this. Bobby Lashley is a former world champion, and after we came here, Bobby was reduced to a tag team guy. Bobby is literally only bankable guy in AEW. Is he MVP? I don't know. Let's continue. I have my opinions. At some point on my podcast, I'll talk about it. Damn, everybody's got a fucking podcast now, right? When did MVP get a podcast? Somebody tell me. Rikishi's got a damn podcast. Next thing you know, goddamn Rico's gonna have a podcast. Who knows? But anyways, man. And John Draper, who is another good source right behind him, he posts on top of that X post from MVP on top of that quote. His commentary was just it was base as fuck, because this is for real. MVP and the Hurt Syndicate showed up as if they were going to receive special treatment just because MVP had Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley hasn't been relevant in years. I told y'all. But anyways, let's read what John Draper had quoted. And I quote. And again, he's in response to Unpaid Critic here. So, John Draper says, hard to have sympathy for a bunch of dudes that went to a place that they knew was a second tier promotion. He ain't capping right there, y'all. Let's continue though. And I quote, but paid them a ton of money to barely work and are now upset about it. They used big man there to put over their indie house twinks. Oh my God, he's so base with that one. He ain't lying. Fuck, all the time. It's their business model, he says. And I quote, it's their business model. Yeah, this is based. I told y'all in my very first upload about Bobby Lashley a year ago, I said that Bobby Lashley is going to the wrong, did I not say it? I said he's going to the wrong company if he thinks that he was going to get over. Mind you, he is way too big. He ain't 5 foot. He ain't 5 feet, 125 pounds, fresh off the trampoline, man. He's not. I told y'all that. And nobody wanted to believe me. Oh, Tony Kahn knows what he's doing with Bobby Lashley. Oh, Bobby Lashley's going to be a main event star. Oh, he's going to be this, he's going to be that. Nothing happened. Nothing. So MVP, he can't pull the race card with this one now. So from my understanding, MVP, isn't this not the same reason why you left WWE? Because you had these, you had doubts, right? Shouldn't we all, hey everybody, since we slammed Triple H so much, shouldn't we now take this opportunity to call Tony Kahn a racist for not booking the Hurt Syndicate with Bobby Lashley the way the MVP thought that he was gonna be booked? So, just from my understanding, MVP, just color me blind, right? Buddy, oh, pal. This means that Tony Khan should get the slander now, right? For being racist. Can't pull that card no more. MVP already revealed his whole deck of cards. He can't pull that one no fucking more. It's dead. It's over. You think that's the only problem? They have heat backstage, which we'll get into the second part of this article here, man. So, from my understanding, he has an issue with Speedball Mike Bailey. Might be for, let's just say, obvious, apparent reasons. This is all speculation coming from me. Don't quote me. Do not quote me here. All right. I'm just speculating using common sense, putting two and two together based on the whole binary thing from Mike Bailey, right? You know, the pronouns he likes to be announced or referred to, you know, with the pronouns and shit. He, she, they, you, whatever, them, you know, I guess MVP may not be a big fan of that, which is hysterical because it's like, bro, you're causing issues with, you know, you're causing distress backstage with how you trying to maneuver, and Tony Khan's over here trying to book you. Now I get his frustrations. Now this is where I'm actually going to agree with the Hurt Syndicate. This is where I'm in agreement with them in some ways. Right? They are frustrated because they didn't want to lose the straps. They didn't want to drop the tag team straps to Jet Speed. But hold on. Time out, MVP. You know what? Tony Khan let MVP call the shots here anyways. He gave him his dog bone. He said, you know what? Fine. You don't have to drop the belts to them. They wanted to drop the belts to a few names that they suggested. Listen to these weak-ass names. Gates of Agony. Huh? The Outrunners. Remember the last time they were booked on television? And then Private Party. Who? You know who they are, but when were the last time they were relevant and Tony Khan actually booked them appropriately? Excuse me? You got some weird fucking choices there, MVP. I give you that, but man, hey, at least, look, I agree with him. And I agree with them in this sense. You do want to put the younger tag teams over. I get that. But my God, man, they have not had no shine in months, years, weeks. You know what I'm saying? Private Party especially. That's his take. That's how he feels. That's cool. I get it. You don't want the Hurt Syndicate to look weak, you know. And also, I will say this, though. It's also not their fault that the Hurt Syndicate, right? It's not their fault that they look like legit superstars. They're not just around here doing gymnastics, fucking 325 flips, sunset flips off the top rope, you name it. How you doing? Nah, they ain't doing none of that stuff. They're actually knocking people's heads off, kicking people's heads off, and meaning it, taking no prisoners. And just because everybody else in all elite gymnasts pro wrestling looks different from them, I guess the backstage locker room is really upset about that, which is a shame. But hey, look, they don't want them to be cheered or anything like that, right? The real issue they have is that they don't want them to be cheered. They do hellish things and they still get cheered. I get why that could be an issue. I do, man. It can get frustrating, but it's also not their fault, right? That they come across as legit superstars. Tony Khan has to look better. I can't believe MVP really thought that it was going to be something different with the way Tony Khan books and the way Triple H books. This man, This man really thought that Bobby Lashley was on another level, another pedestal that he himself put Bobby on. A couple of people did, but not really, because Bobby Lashley is not really, he's not really a household name, man. Let's be real, bro. You can like Bobby Lashley, you can like his work, you can appreciate his work and respect it, but he was never necessarily what you would call a household name. And the Hurt business in WWE was made only to try to get him over. That was an experiment. It worked, and that was it. They pulled the plug. Hurt Syndicate did not need, or the business at the time did not need to continue. And you just got fans really ripping them up. I'm going to read one comment as we close out here, man, which made me chuckle. And I mean it. I mean, this guy, Ty the God, on X. He said, "Don't complain now. Y'all ninjas wanted to jump ship thinking that was going to be sweet over here." Oh, man. And it's true. It's true. Right? But here's the thing. Triple H didn't necessarily have anything else for them. That is true. But, man, they really thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side. And I hate when they go out and try to brag and slam WWE. Oh, AEW is so better. Tony Khan's going to move so better. Our boss is so better. Yay, we love our boss. Slob on that knob as much as we can. We love him. We love something. Ooh, we love. Or in this case, with MVP, I love me some Tony Khan. Dr. Umar of AEW, by the way. MVP. Mr. I want to stand up for my black people, but when it actually comes time to stand up for black people, he doesn't do it because jet speed. He wants to bury jet speed. But yet, Kevin Knight, he's black. You don't want to help him. Just like you didn't want to help Cedric Alexander, MVP. You could have helped him out. You could have put your boy over, man. I mean, you don't gotta like jet speed to when it actually comes down to it. When it's actually time to support the black community and the black wrestlers, MVP's never really about it. He's all talk, no business, and that's my problem with him and his hypocrisy. That's kind of all I got for y'all, man. I wanted to end it there because we got a lot to get to this weekend. We up out of this piece, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation with the heat that they got here. Man, this is insane heat. But can't be thinking that the grass is greener on the other side all the time, man. Fuck around, find out really, really quick.